Many people today justify their actions by outward signs of success, wealth, popularity, or lack of suffering. Those things are not always an indication of God's blessing. Evil and earthly success go hand in hand. Don't allow personal success to become a measuring rod of whether or not you're pleasing God. Hey guys, my name's Chloe. I'm in RA on the 3rd floor Village. I just have a little devotional for y'all today. We're mostly going to be in Joshua 19, 40 through 48, and then there's a reference, it references back to Judges 18, the whole chapter of 18. So in Joshua 19, 40 through 48, it just talks about the land given to the Danites, the tribe of Dan. It just listed about 10 different towns that they were allocated to conquer as their homeland from God. But the tribe of Dan had, in 47 it says, but the tribe of Dan had trouble taking possession of their land, so they attacked the town of Laish. They captured it, slaughtered its people, and settled there. And so it was kind of crazy to see that, because God gave them all this land for them to conquer, but they decided to go to the one town that he didn't list. And they did that because they knew the victory would be easier. They didn't trust God to help them conquer the territory that he gave them. So it was kind of like why would you do that? But like, we do the same thing in our life. When everything looks impossible, our faith and courage are put to the test, and this was a similarity to where the tribe of Dan were put to the test and they failed it because they didn't trust God and they didn't trust him to get them through the territory. So I think the main point of that was to have faith that God is great enough to get you through any situation, because he is. And yeah, and then another point I had was, and if you go to Judges 18 and 17, it says that God commanded Israel to clean out and destroy certain cities because of their idolatry and wickedness. But the town of Laish did not fall under judgment. So whenever the tribe of Dan conquered that town, it was they didn't have any regard for God's law, and they totally disobeyed him, which is what we do a lot. God will call us into something and call us to do something, but then we just totally go off and say, no, like, that's too hard. Like, I don't think that you can do that, which he's God. Like, of course he can do that. He can do anything. And we just kind of like don't trust in his plan for us, which it's really hard to do. I struggle with it. I struggle with just trusting that he has a plan for me, which I know a lot of people do. But many people today justify their actions by outward signs of success, wealth, popularity, or lack of suffering. Those things are not always an indication of God's blessing. Evil and earthly success go hand in hand. Don't allow personal success to become a measuring rod of whether or not you're pleasing God, because I did the same thing. Earlier this semester, I was just looking at my grades and thinking that my grades were the only thing that was my only identity. And honestly, like, success is not getting married or making a lot of money. It's doing what God has called you to do, and that's the only thing that makes you successful. So a couple questions I have for y'all. If you take everything out of your life, all the good things, would God still be good? Or would you fall apart and hate God for not giving you what you want? Would you still be obedient and trust in God's plan for you? And then the last one, are there some things in your life that you need to let go of because you're worshiping those things rather than giving your all to God? So just a couple things to think about. But yeah, thank y'all for listening. Hope y'all have a great day.